Hello and welcome to PaulyKnits. I'm Paul. I'm coming to you this week with a shorty, so enjoy. I am Polly81 on Ravelry. There's a PaulyKnits group on Ravelry. You're welcome to join. And it's knitting-poly.blogspot.com. And I'm PaulyKnits on Instagram, and that's where you'll find me. Feel free to hit me up on Ravelry with a Ravelry message, and in the group there's questions and comments, and there's a few new threads over there, so go check that out for sure. Before we get started, I wanted to say there were 3 winners of the spring along because there were 3 people who entered, and I decided to give you all a prize. So W Sparter Knits, Will, you already got your prize, so I'm giving everyone a pattern off of Ravelry. So Angie Ship, you get another. I did tag you guys, but I don't know if you saw that on Ravelry. So Angie Ship, you can pick out a pattern. And CM4107, who is Kathy, you entered something, so you can also pick out a pattern. And I don't mean like a big old $20 pattern, just, just tell me what you want and we'll see. I'll tell you if it's too expensive, but we'll probably be fine. So I wanted to, today's June 13th, 2018. Sorry, I have my show notes down on a table right here. So, that's why I keep looking this way. I kind of get talking and then I get ahead of myself. I've noticed that. So, June 13th. I wanted to tell you about shop updates at the PaulyKnits Etsy shop. I don't do like big updates or anything. I just make them here and there. I make stitch markers here and there. And I'm planning to put a few bags in the shop someday in the future when I am comfortable making bags. And after I get tags. So this is actually what the product looks like. This is my card in a little baggie. And this, so the stitch markers will be in there. This time I have 2 sets of markers going up. So these are little candy corn markers, and these are little the ring. So with the markers, sorry, I haven't showed this I don't show it on the, I never have one to show, so let's see here. They also have a little crystal at the top. It's a crystal, a Swarovski crystal, and a glass candy corn, which I thought would be really cute since I've been seeing some pumpkin things out there. And it's never too early for fall. So here is the one with a little hook, a little claw. I decided to do the small claw. People seem to like the small claw. And it works well for socks or smaller gauge knitting, which a lot of people like. And I have more of these candy corn left if you actually want. If you don't see them in the shop, I could make some more. And I could use the larger claw or the smaller claw. So that's that. That's my, that's how I got my product to where I'm happy with it, with the packaging. So, and I think it looks good. So I'm happy with it now. So that's the shop update. That is PaulyKnits on Etsy. So what I've been up to, we went on vacation to see Mike's mom and dad. We're trying to spend as much time as we can with them. They're older. And it was fun. We spent a lot of good time with them. And we took Mike's mother to a baseball game. We saw the Angels. So now I'm supposed to be an Angels fan. I don't know. I've never been into sports too much. I do try because I want to knit to it. It's a lot of sitting time, and I think that'd be valuable just to knit, and then every once in a while look up at the score. So are you really watching sports, or are you knitting? Any reason to knit is a good reason. So Mike said the trip we'd gear up more towards knitting for me because we were driving a lot, and he said we would hit local yarn stores and things. Nope, he didn't do it at all. I don't know if he just was trying to quiet me up or what, but like, yeah, we didn't. That's okay. I ordered some stuff on Etsy when I got back, so I'm still getting yarn. I just didn't get to go to those shops and meet the people that work there. Let's see here. I knit on the way there. I finished a hat while I was at their house, and I knit on the way back. I shared pictures on Instagram of our trip. I shared pictures of us being at Rubio's. We don't have that here. We don't have Panera Bread here. We ate at Panera Bread, which was terrible. The service sucked and the food was just itty bitty, like awful. We did not even. I was still hungry when we left. Terrible service. We will not be going back to Panera again. That was bad. And we went and hung out in Long Beach for a little while with Mike's brother and his girlfriend. And they took us out to lunch, and we all had bar food, which was pretty good. The waiter was hot. My food was okay. It did the job. It takes us 2 days to travel down there and 2 days to travel back because we're up in Arcata. This is way north, up close to Oregon, not San Francisco. So we travel down the coast on the 101 to the 5, all the way down to the city of Orange, which I guess is close to San Diego, somewhere down there. So it's a lot of driving. And we stopped at Anderson Split Pea, and we stayed both times actually because that hotel's called the Best Western Inn, and so I was told that those are a good choice if you're gonna stay at a hotel. And it was comfortable. Coco was comfortable. It was great. Anderson Split Pea, we liked the soup, but our food was disgusting, so I didn't even end up eating my meatloaf. It was more like cat food, I thought. So, what else? That's about it. We just watched a lot of sports with Mike's parents, because Mike's dad, he's not moving around too much. He has to take a lot of naps and stuff, so we tried to just do stuff we could do with him. So like going over to Mike's brother's house, we watched sports over there, and we played Chinese dice, and Mike's dad slept the whole time in the spare guest bedroom because he has to sleep a lot, so there's no energy whatsoever. So we're really trying to just do things with him. We need to go back down sooner, actually. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. Since I've been back, I haven't really had much knitting mojo. I've been doing a little bit. So, I finished, these are now on the faux. I finished, if you could call this finished, because I didn't weave the ends in yet. My bad. This is Jason's cashmere hat. Which way's the wrong side? Oh yeah. So, this is Jason's cashmere hat. Don't mind all the strings. So you can see it has all the cabling. It's rather loose on me because of the fiber content. And I never wear it over my glasses like that. I don't like that. I wear it. Well, I'm going to wash it and see if it shrinks. So, where and how did I find it? I just found it because I'm always searching Ravelry for stuff. I'm always looking at friends' activity. Always looking at my pattern highlights. I use Ravelry pattern search a lot. So this was just one that I came across. If you look at hats, look up hats, it's one of the first ones that pop up. Who designed it and have I knit it before? This hat was designed by Melissa Thompson. And this is my first time knitting the hat. I will knit it again. So just in case you guys didn't know, I have my show notes now written by question. So I can kind of guide myself a little bit easier here. I don't know if anybody else who podcasts writes show notes or how you write it down, but I needed a little bit more. So it was designed by Melissa Thompson, and this is the first time I've knit it. The pattern calls for a US 6 and a US 8, which is... I'd rather look at you guys instead of over here. Which is a 4.0 millimeter and a 5.0 millimeter. I stayed at the 6 millimeter because this is cotton and acrylic, so see that? Yeah, I should have went down to a 5 and knit the hat, actually. It's comfortable. So I stayed at a 4.0 millimeter because of the fiber content. And what's my opinion of the hat? Great pattern, fun to make. Oh, I wrote great pattern. If you've never knit cables, this is a nice one. And I'll be making more. I know I'll be making more because I have a lot of yarn that would look great. I want to do some merino ones like this. Techniques used, cast on in the round, knit 2, purl 2, cable left, which you're holding your cable needle in the front versus the back, that's all that means. And working on DPNs, you switch to DPNs. That's actually, with this fiber content, I wouldn't start with this if you've never done DPNs because they just slide out. So you have to know how to do a slip, slip, knit, and then knit 2 together. And then at the end, you just pull it through the stitches and you weave your ends in and you're good. Sometimes I tie a little knot somewhere in there just because this yarn is really slick. So that's a secret, don't tell anyone. So, the yarn. The yarn is Color Mist, and the company is Knit Picks. It comes with 219 yards per skein. The colorway is vermilion, so it's more supposed to be red, not like this pinky orange, which is fine. Fiber content. 75% Pima cotton, 25% acrylic, and it said 25% manufacturer's something or other. It's acrylic. So the texture and style of the yarn, it's smooth. When I was knitting with it, I did find it to be a little bit splitty because it kind of can loosen up on you. You could poke through into it really easily if you have sharp needles. It's a speckled color. How long have I had it? I've had it for probably about 2 months. Where is it from? It's from my Knit Picks order. Have I used it before? No, I've never used Color Mist. Will I use it again? Sure. Why not? It's nice and soft. And do I recommend it? Yes. It is really squishy, super soft. So I do recommend it. I think it'd be great for baby clothes. I think it'd be great for a woman's top. You know those tanks that people are making now, like they're really comfortable, beautiful, sleeveless top. I think this would be really nice. So that's that. And I have another finished object, which is another hat. So let me put it on while I talk about it. I really like this one. This is called the Ribbed Watchman's Hat. I found the pattern. No clue. I've been knitting this for many, many years. I've been knitting it. I've knit hundreds of these. So I'm guessing I heard about it on a podcast, probably. I may have heard about it on the high fiber diet, because maybe she was talking about something. It was designed for military, so they want you to. I need to send some over since I've knit so many, but the pattern's just really great. Who designed it? It was Shauna Coppell, and I looked on Ravelry. This is her only pattern I see listed on Ravelry. Needles, I use a US 5 3.75 millimeter. That's what I find gets the gauge for me. You'll have to you could start with an 8 and go down. I just made so many of these hats, I found that the 5 is best for me. Did I change anything to the pattern? No, I kept everything exactly the same. It's a 2x2 beanie. Skill level, I would say easy. Techniques used: cast on to circulars, join and knit in the round, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2 together, transfer and use DPNs to close and decrease the hat at the top. And honestly, if you're really, really not comfortable with the DPN, you can do it magic loop. You can use the one circular, I'm sure you can. Is this my first time knitting this pattern, and will I knit it again? I've knit hundreds of these, I've knit it hundreds of times, and I'm probably going to knit hundreds more because of the fit and the style. So, the yarn is Malabrigo worsted, company Malabrigo, weight, worsted weight, a number 4, and it's a medium. How much do I have? I have scraps left now. Colorway is Charrua 259, so CHARRUA. This yarn I think is from Uruguay, so I don't know how to say that. Fiber content is 100% merino wool. Texture, color, style. I said fluffy because it was really soft to knit with, fluffy and soft, but it's a singles yarn. It didn't split at all, it was great. How long have I had the yarn? I've had this yarn for a long time, like probably close to when I started my Ravelry account. No clue where I ordered it, but it was the first time I've ever heard of Malabrigo, and I was like, had to get some Malabrigo, and I heard all this good stuff about it. So I ordered 2 skeins, and I remember being really expensive in my book, and then I've held on to them forever, but now they're gone. So yeah, no clue where it came from. Have I used it before? Yes, I had another skein. No clue of the color. It was like a purple, kind of an orchid color, and a chartreuse. And I made the main morning mitts with that. I bet it's listed on my Rav page. Will I use it again? Sure. It's just a single wool. It's soft enough. I do hear that it pills a lot, but since this is a beanie, I don't really care. I don't wash my beanies unless there's a mess. And do I recommend it? Yes, I recommend 100% merino. So, for whips, I'm not going to show every work in progress. This is just water, by the way. I'm not going to show every work in progress. Some of them have just been sitting. Oh, they've all just been sitting. And I have a pair of socks going that's for somebody else, so I'm not going to share that right now. And yeah, so that's my little note I put in there. Okay, so I have one whip. I believe that's it. Right? Yeah, one whip. So the name of the whip, I'm calling it Hand Spun Socks. It's kind of a mess right now. Oh, I took that off. Anyways. This is the socks. This is the heel. I took everything off so I could try it on because, like, I didn't even have enough room on the needle to hold these heel stitches. And when I tried it on, it fits perfect. Look how wide that is. I have it on 2 needles, and I'm gonna have to just work across the 2 needles because their stitches are just falling off. So I figured I would use these 2 needles somehow. I don't have a big circular 0, I don't think. And just do the heel flap. Pick up. This is gonna be hard. I think I need to go get a long US 0 because it just doesn't fit on one needle. So if you have any recommendations on the heel flap, you could tell me. I don't know. I'm just gonna try my best and hope I don't lose anything. So these are just basic socks. Needles are US 0, which I didn't figure out what the millimeter for US 0. Oops. Did I make any changes? I'm just kind of knitting these as I go because of the, hand knit. Skill level, not sure, because I spun the yarn. So this project, I would say that it's probably intermediate. Techniques used: spin your own sock weight yarn, and finish the yarn. So there's finishing techniques when you're soaking and beating the yarn, and counting and winding and all that kinds of stuff that come along with hand spinning. So you have to be able to cast onto DPNs. What I do is I cast all my stitches onto one DPN, and then I just divide them up and slide them onto the other DPNs and go. That's how I do mine. Knit 1, purl 1, or this one's a knit 2, purl 2 here. Pick up stitches, which is gonna be along here. Short rows, which are gonna be down here. I'm still on the flap. I think I've got like 20 rows to go. 21 rows to go probably. You have to know how to decrease with knit 2 togethers and slip knit. And you have to know how to Kitchener stitch to close the toe. And there are other toes if you go find one. There's another toe where you could pull it like the top of a hat. Why does this look funny right here? Don't even go there if there's a problem. Oh, that's probably where I switched yarns. Anyways, I'll check that. But here it is. So the next page, I've been doing the information about the project on the front of the page, and then on the back of the page is where I write about the yarn. Let's see, so the yarn's on this page. Okay, name of the yarn is, I'm just calling it Oceanic. The company is Highland Handmaids. Weight is fingering. And the colorway is Oceanic. It's a 3-ply superwash BFL. I got it in a braid. Spun it all last year. And I think there's some thin spots and some thick spots, but it's coming out really pretty. I really love this. So I'm happy with it. And that's my only really whip. I'm gonna have to pull some of my other items out and get them going. I don't want to lose anything on this, so I'm putting it back. Scary. I really want that sock to come together. So next up, I'm going to cast on a hat for Mike. I'll show you the yarn, even though it's in acquisitions. He went and he picked this out at Michael's. This is called Rainbow Bright. It's impeccable, 192 yards. So that'll be a hat for him. And I'm gonna work on languishing projects. So I gotta decide what I'm doing there. And I wanna start cotton projects because there is a new thread in PaulyKnits over on Ravelry called the Cotton Summer. So I'm encouraging you to knit with more of your cotton stash, and I'm encouraging myself to knit with my cotton stash. So washcloths, hats, tanks, whatever you knit or crochet out of cotton. I put spin too, so if you're really spinning cotton, that's interesting. I have never done that. Anyways, enter it over there, your cotton projects, and it'll probably be another pattern giveaway. And I gotta actually take pictures of the Jason's cashmere hat and pop that in there. And I'm gonna work on small projects like probably dishcloths and hats. And what else can you make out of cotton projects? The guys don't really wear cotton a lot, I don't think. Like cottony sweaters and stuff. Spinning, I have 0 projects on the needles right now. I'm waiting to figure out when the Tour de France is so that I can start choosing my fiber for that, and then I could kind of plan my time so that right when that starts, my wheel's empty and I'm ready to go, because I want to join Acreworks. Hashtag Acreworks. So I was thinking about this, but it's not enough. This is the neon pencil from Leading Men Fiber Arts. So I don't have anything else written in my notes here, so I figured I'd just talk about some yarn that I bought. Sounds good to me. So I'm pretty sure I already showed this one, maybe not, but that's Leading Men Fiber Arts. And this is 100% Falkland wool, so I'm excited to get that on the spinning wheel. I think it's going to have to get saved for the tour, because that is going to be a lot of fun. And, oh, speaking of the cotton along, I just wanted to show you, because I have a lot of cotton. Look at this. This is from Mary Maxim. I've got 2 of these already. So I want to get, these are actually what I'm going to try to work on this summer. I really want to knit this stuff. So that's my upcoming plans, is to do those cotton items. Okay, back to Michael's. So we went to Michael's yesterday. So you saw the impeccable. I got another colorway. This is a new colorway and a new logo. And this is Impeccable by Loops and Threads. And this is Purple Impressions variegated. Look at all that purple. To me it looks like blue irises. And I love flowers. So, there's that. And I got one more skein of the new colorways of Impeccable. This colorway is Pixie Bloom Variegated. They spelled it Varg, that's why I said it that way. Okay. So this is really pretty too. It's got all kinds of greens and gray. I don't know, gray? That looks more green. I think it's just greens and pinks. I was thinking that looked gray. So I got that one. I had to get that one. So I'm kind of just sampling out these colors. You can get hats out of these. And I'm going to buy that knitting machine. I'm saving up for it still. So those would be great to practice on that knitting machine I want. It's the Addy King. So I'm almost there. I'm just slowly putting away money, and then like one day I'll say, oh, I have enough. But I don't want to like just use a chunk of money and buy that. I hope I can get it anyways. Okay, so this is, I bought 2 baby cakes, which I've seen on Ross's podcast, and I was like, yeah, and I've tried to not buy stuff, but I like these, and I think I can do some really cute baby hats. And these ones are 82% acrylic and 18% nylon. It's a number 4 medium, so that means worsted. 3.5 ounces. How many yards? 231 yards. There's more than enough to get a hat out of here. So I think that'd be good for girl hats. And by the way, speaking about hats, go check out PaulyKnits podcast, because he is having he's collecting hats for his work. And if you want to hear more about that, watch his latest podcast. So this one's really pretty. I'm trying to get colors that are out of my range, out of my norm. This one is called Citrus Delicious. That's a nice name. And then this one is called Ballerina. So 2 colors I wouldn't buy. But you know what? Whenever you're looking in your stash for that one color, or somebody asks for something, it's not there. Okay, I got 2 more balls of yarn. These are the Karen Cotton Cakes, which is actually why I went to Michael's in the first place. And to find beads for you guys to make stitch markers. So this is Karen Cotton Cakes by Yarnspirations. This colorway is Gerber Daisy. 211 yards. Look at that. Look at that. Pretty. Nice to have more acrylic options. For a while there, you go to Michael's and it was just all the same stuff. So this is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. And I was thinking this would do washcloths, but now I'm thinking maybe hats because of the acrylic. I don't know. Oh, you know what? You could do placemats. You could do bar mats, probably. You could probably still do some cleaning supplies. You can do bags. Oh, yeah, the market bags are really super cool out of these. You'll probably need more than one ball of this. And that's everything that I've got to talk about. So yeah, I've got my hands full with the cotton summer. So if you guys are wanting to use more cotton this summer and make a little dent into your cotton stash, feel free to join me. Just be a member of the group if you want to enter for a pattern prize. And it ends at the end of summer, which I said was, what is it, August, at the end of August? Yeah, I believe it's 3 months, so the end of August I'll close it. So, I'm gonna get to photographing a few things and uploading some stuff to Ravelry, to my projects today. And I would like to get, I have 2 more items to add to the shop. And so that's my plans today, and So have a good week, and I hope that wasn't too long. Thanks for watching, and have a great week.